Hi, I'm Joe Itzkowitz. I'm running for City Council at large. My most used is the Broad Street line. I usually connect from South Philly to the L and go down to Old City where I work on a daily basis. The Broad Street line is 1 foot wider, which makes it a bit more comfortable. It's certainly been cleaner as of late, and it's a block from my house. I will say since joining the campaign though, I've been using the bus a lot more to get to a lot more places. When the buses are running with no traffic, the buses are fantastic. Probably FDR Park right now, but in particular for the Southeast Asian market. I have one child, she's 3.5. She's definitely my favorite. We have planted a street tree in front of our current house, but also in front of our former house. That first one is doing really well. It's about 2 stories tall. Our current tree is a little bit younger and is only 1.5 stories tall. My daughter is no stories tall. I think focus is actually a deterrent to stress. Right? If you're stressed, you can end up being distracted. When you focus on things, you eliminate things on your task list, and you're able to itemize all the things that need to get done that are causing that stress. I gotta go with the Fanatic. It's a classic. The Fanatic is the inspiration for all of the other great mascots, including Gritty. Certainly, best mascot of years gone by is Big Shot, but Big Shot was really just a blue Fanatic anyway. So for the past 8 years, I've been the executive director of the Old City District. We run a daily street sweeping operation with pan and broom sweeping. Last year, we collected 17,000 pounds of trash, removed 700 used needles, and removed 600 cases of graffiti and stickers. These programs exist because back in the 1970s, cities like Philadelphia, and including Philadelphia, cut city services. So areas with means, with commercial office buildings said, you know what, we'll pay for these services ourselves. The city can afford to and needs to return to citywide daily street sweeping. For just $17 million, the city can hire 400 folks or so to sweep the block of every neighborhood, every block, 1 time per day. Our program hires almost exclusively returning citizens. And when you start cleaning streets, you start seeing reductions in crime. Enforcement is also a part of that. 1 out of 7 city positions is currently sitting vacant, and that includes sanitation enforcement. When we start funding enforcement and start cleaning our streets, we will handle trash equitably citywide. In 4 years, I hope my legacy is one that speaks to a return of basic city services. Philadelphians for too long have been shorted those services, whether it's in sanitation or community policing. We need to understand, or in the provision of libraries or staffing for parks and rec centers. Philadelphians deserve these. We're all taxpayers. We all live in a civil society. And I hope that my 4 years in council will reflect that need by funding those programs, investigating why some of them have been had shortcomings. The other part of my legacy, I hope, is something about process, open government, good government, and transparency. And finally, I think we also need to look at having our streets safe. We'll see reductions in crime, but also reductions in things like pedestrian fatalities, increased mode shift away from driving, better parks and rec centers.